What is the good word, everybody? This is your man's the one. Always joined by my sidekick. Well, I can't say sidekick. He's not a sidekick. My right hand man, the big man in the middle, Big Storm. This is the state of basketball, black and white sports, BW Sports One original podcasting. And we are brought to you by Rockstar Realty. 317-503-8322. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, this is the man you can get in touch with. Real estate, commercial properties, all that. Talk to my man Shawn 317-503-8332. And Elite Performance. If you're trying to get that body into that elite shape, check out my man Zach over at Elite Performance, 765-499-1005. Also, one of our new partners, Revved Up Tattoos. Todd Revved Up will get you all tatted up in the way you like. Check him out, 317-537-2667. And our good friends over at the Steak and Shake on US 31 7960. The BAUM family will get you nice and hooked up with a good meal over at the Steak and Shake on the south side. What's up, Storm?
What's going on, man?
Well, you sound like you under the weather.
A little bit, man. It started last week. It was real bad last night. Pretty much slept all day, mad it up, and but it's not gonna keep me away from today's show. Too much going on, so my raspberry voice will be heard. Ready to get it going.
Well, that is great because there is a lot going on in the NBA playoffs right now, inside, or on and off the court. But we got a guest joining us today that's going to talk about it. You know, we've known him for a long time, hoop with him all throughout the circuit. So I'm pretty sure he's got some great comments, great conversation for what's going on. I mean, he's a basketball coach. He's a mentor. He's a smooth operator. He's one of the pioneers of the Indianapolis Beard Club. You know what I mean? Let's stop talking about it. Let's bring him on. What's up, Keith? What's going on, bro?
What's happening, fellas? What's good?
Can't call it.
Oh, man. Beautiful, man. Life is great. Beautiful, man.
So, we know that you are very involved in youth organizations, you know, with, coaching and mentoring and things like that. I know we've had you on the show before to talk about all of your programs that you do. While we got you on here, want to hit you with some of those right now before we get into the basketball, because that's going to take up everything we got.
Okay. Well, right now I'm this is going to be my second year in the fall at Irvington Prep Academy. And right now, you know, it's a struggle, you know, but I'm here for it all. You know what I'm saying? We got about 4 or 5 freshmen coming in that's going to contribute. I mean, it's a rough being a head coach. I wouldn't have never thought I'd been an assistant coach for so long, and I thought it was just, you know, one of the easiest things to be a head coach. But nah, it's a lot that goes into it, man. And like I said, I'm here for it all, man. We'll be all right this year. Got a senior. He'll lead us. We'll be all right. We're gonna get better, and probably in about maybe 2.5 years, people will be tuning in to Irvington.
I like it.
We building it, and that's all I'm gonna say. We building it, and other than that, man, just still sticking around with my mentoring program, blue chip mentoring program. Just still sticking around with that, using basketball as a tool to teach young men, about life and show them that it's a better way to do things. Just still doing the same things I do, man. You know.
You still touching that basketball court?
Oh man, I just touched the court for the first time in about, I don't know, probably about 7 months. Tuesday we had open gym for because this is June, the high school month, so we had open gym. Man, when I tell you I'm still sore, man, Hey, it's going to be tough now to get me on that court consistently now, man, because of the pandemic. You know, it slowed me down. I was out there pre-pandemic, but once the pandemic happened, man, it's like it's tough, man. Every time I play now, I got to take 2 ibuprofens before and soak it Epsom salt after. You know, it's tough, man. It used to be that tough. I
Right.
play, wake up, do everything I did the day before, but nah, it's rough now. So I'm just I got a bike, man. So I'm riding my bike, man. I'm trying to
Good
get
deal.
back. Yeah, I'm not in the 40 and over, none of that stuff no more, man. I mean, you know, basketball, well, coaching and just being a mentor, man, I'm giving more of my time to that, man. You know, so I feel like my playing only time I need to play is when I need to show one of these boys a lesson. But other than that, man, I'm just trying to teach it, man. You know, I got a lot of little cousins and nephews and nieces that want to play the game, man. So I'm just happy to be able to have somewhere for them to go to be able to play, and happy to be able to have a place where I could teach them. I mean, you know, my school's great school. My principal, my athletic director, man, all of them, man, they support me, man. It's just, man, it's great, man, being a head coach, man, and being able to have the keys to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Just whenever. So
Good deal, man. I
Hey,
know.
I
exactly
wish
what
I
you're
had the
talking
keys,
about.
man.
I
Definitely know what he's talking.
20 years.
I know what he's talking about that 40 and over, because I was that's what I meant to tell you, Dame. I talked to Jenkins and Dion, and we might hit that next 40 and over league, man. I can't stay away, but I know all about that.
I'll come watch. I'll come watch. That's about all I can give you. After one ankle surgery and another one on the way, man, I'm good, bro.
Another one on the way?
Yeah, I got another one. That was only a 5-year fix, and it's been 7 years.
Oh.
Yeah, the next one's a fusion, buddy. It's a wrap. It's all golf for me.
He does golf, yeah.
That's it. Like, the only thing I do with hooping is when I work my daughter out and a couple girls around there, I shoot. You know, when they think the old man can't shoot, that's about it. You know what I mean? We'll play some horse or some shooting games, and then they're mad. So I'm good, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I didn't think I'd be able to make that transition, but I'm okay.
Yeah, me too. That's the best thing about basketball to me now, is just out shooting the kids.
Because they swear they nice.
I tell them, I say, you could do every move under the sun, but you can't outshoot me.
Ever.
Everybody think they Steph Curry or Sue Bird.
Hey, so we're going to get into some basketball talk. Well, let's play some bills real quick. Let's see, who do we want to go with? Let's go with Rogue Energy first. Yeah, that was Rogue Energy drink mix. If you go to the website, rogueenergy.com, and use the BW Sports 1 promo code, you will get a nice discount on their mixed drinks. I've had them. I drink them. They're pretty good. You know, they give you a nice little kick, but don't give you all that extra like the Red Bulls and all that stuff go. So it's pretty cool. It was started for some gamers, but now other people are starting to use it. So it's pretty cool. All right. So here we go, folks. NBA talk. So first off, I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about this jumping into players when you pump fake and then jump into them to get a 3-point shot or to get three free throw attempts. But the NBA is taking a look at changing this rule somehow of a non-natural shot motion. I think they should because it's not a natural shot motion. What are your opinions on it?
Definitely feel the same way. I feel like it's about time to clean up some of the things that take away from the game or take the focus away from the way the game should be played. I definitely understand about trying to draw fouls. I understand. But, when we came up, it was all about being aggressive, going to the hole to draw a foul, not pump fake, jump sideways or backwards. And even though I do know there are, fadeaways and things like that, but still, it's not natural. It's going after a player, trying to get a foul in a way that is just ridiculous, really. So that's how I feel about that.
I'm split both ways. I feel exactly what y'all saying, but at the same time, it's like if you're a fool and you jumping out at a dude on a 3-point shot, man. I mean, you get, you know what I'm saying? You get your foul and they get 3 shots. But I understand on y'all end too, because I mean that's really some bull crap that some of that stuff ain't no foul. So maybe they should just, do like they do, review it, and it don't cost either team or nothing to challenge it or whatever. But I'm just talking, man, because
I'm with Jeff Van Gundy on this one, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that nothing about that is a natural shot motion. You don't jump forward and shoot the ball. You don't jump sideways, and you do those to avoid your shot being blocked or things like that. There's nothing about that. For me personally, I feel it's an offensive foul. You know what I mean? Because you are creating that contact when the man is defenseless. Technically, he's defenseless. You know what I'm saying? If he's jumping in the air and you jump up under him, what are you doing? You undercutting him. He's a defense. So why shouldn't it be an offensive foul or at the most a flagrant one? Just throwing it out there.
I just feel like it should be a no call. Just a no call.
Because when they started that flop warning and giving boys tech, the flops have kind of cut down a little bit. They have come back, but they cut down a little bit when they start penalizing you for it. So if they do the same thing, maybe they'll stop doing it and start getting back to playing basketball.
There you go. I think they should penalize that, especially when it ain't no real foul and you almost are getting the defensive player hurt because you coming up with your shot, your elbow, or whatever, and he's coming in with his face, So it's tough, man. I agree. I was just trying to see both sides, but at the same time, you watch so many games, man, and these guys, man, that's what they want to do. They not even trying to shoot the ball; they just trying.
Like they practice it because they have to. It has to be a natural. Like to me, it's not even a natural motion because we never tried to do it before.
It's horrible.
All right, so moving on. I mean, it's like I don't want to talk bad about the dude because he does so much positive things off the court. But LeBron has to keep his name in all of everything that is the NBA. It's like you're out the playoffs, right? You're done. Chris Paul them spanked Devin Booker and them spanked your ass, got you right on up out of here. But yet we still hearing LeBron talk. Well, first it was he's changing his number. Ooh, we got to still talk about LeBron because nobody's talking about this stupid ass remake of this movie. And now LeBron is crying about, well, I told y'all because of all of the foul, blah, blah, blah. All it is you're crying because you're not in the playoffs still. You're not competing for a championship, and no one cares about you right now. His ego is dented.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I like LeBron off the court, and I like him on the court sometime. He just ain't a killer to me. But what you're saying is kind of correct. I think he just speaks because he's like, he's so-called the best player. He's not the best player in the NBA either. But
who's the best player?
the last one he spoke out on, they shouldn't have been playing. He did say that at the beginning. But the other stuff, like the changing his number, like, dude, come on, man. You feeding into what everybody's saying. The truth is that you always want to stay relevant, man. If you just be quiet and talk on the bigger points, like what you talked on about that, don't, man. If you're gonna change your jersey number, man, do that like a week before the season started. Say that then, man. Don't say it during the playoffs. I mean, that's the only thing that pisses me off about him, man, is that he just tries to stay relevant. And people that hate you, dude, you just give them more ammunition to hate you.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely wants to stay relevant. He doesn't want to get lost in the shuffle. I feel like with all his businesses and things of that nature, it's also relevant. It's free publicity. The movie's coming out. So he definitely, a lot of that ties into his business. I feel like he talks because he's relevant. I mean, he's one of those players. He's one of those players across the world. When he talks, everybody's going to listen. It's going to be put out there. It's going to be looked at as good, as bad. It's just a part of it. He's been doing it since he's 16 years old on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I mean, This is kind of this dude's life. Yeah. And I can't, it's hard for me to understand what it's like to be in a limelight since 16 years old.
Right. So when the light ain't shining on you, gotta go.
He don't know how to react.
Don't know how to react. I mean, go do Dancing with the Stars or something, man.
I feel that, man. I mean,
you know, don't draw away from what you're not involved in.
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah. And I
hate it.
Do a lot, man. It's bad because the dude's a good guy, but that is something he do a lot, man. It's like, damn, man, you always had attention, man. Like you said, since you was 16, man, you done had attention, man. Like, come on, dude.
But that's all he knows is what it feels like. That's all.
Get somebody else to shine. Well, thanks ESPN because it's partly their fault. Man, you watch Sports Center during the NBA season. Every other clip is LeBron. It's like every second clip or every third clip is LeBron. You can play everybody you want, but everybody is bad. And there goes Storm. But it's no biggie. Let's keep it moving on to the next one. He'll be back in a second. Because I'll wait for this one because I know this is what he wants to talk about. So let's go with, did Anthony Edwards get snubbed? Do you think Anthony Edwards got snubbed for Rookie of the Year?
Nah, because really he wasn't consistent. He'll throw some numbers up there. He'll throw some good scoring numbers up there, have a few good nights. But to me, I don't think he was consistent enough to get it.
Storm, I was asking about, do you think Anthony Edwards was snubbed for Rookie of the Year over LaMelo Ball?
I feel like it's definitely close. I feel like both of them will be looked at for the rest of their career. But I do feel like Ball had just more of a
impact.
Game, man.
Let's say more of an impact.
I say his game is funner to watch, and that's hard because I'm not saying that Edwards is not good to watch. But the team aspect, and that's just my perspective, being that, you know, person that always wanted to make plays. It wasn't always about scoring. It was about making the right basketball play. And that just appeals to me more. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a good scorer. Like, we definitely need that, player type on your team. But that one person that makes everybody shine and looks good doing it, it just appeals to me just a little bit more. So that's why I would go with Ball over Edwards.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed in Edwards as in his response, but that's his generation. You know, they're real touchy feely. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go to Twitter and stuff. So I was a little disappointed in that. But he struck me wrong at the beginning of the draft process when he spoke about, well, he didn't know if he had the love for basketball like that. You know what I'm saying? And here I am thinking, like, if I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves and this is the guy who I'm thinking I'm picking first, he don't feel that he loves the game. Well, I don't feel that I should love to give you $100 and some odd $1 million as the number one pick. So he struck me wrong there. But I feel that if Ball would not have missed any games with that wrist injury, this wouldn't even been close because he had an immediate impact on his team. Washington, I mean, Minnesota was tied for the second worst record in the league. You weren't even, you know what I'm saying? You weren't even close to making the playoffs. They made it to the play-in, almost won it. I had a shot to make the playoffs. So I have to value his input just a little bit better than what the numbers of Anthony Edwards put up.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. I mean, you seen them both during the season, man, and you just seen what LaMelo Ball did to that team, how he willed them to good wins. You know what I'm saying? They had some good wins this year, and Minnesota didn't. They ain't having a lot of good wins. He might play good against some certain superstars, but wasn't no good wins, man. And he's not a leader, man. So
yeah, so they're in trouble over there in Minnesota because Karl-Anthony Towns ain't a leader either. but moving on. Let's see. Well, I thought we was gonna have some trouble in Dallas, but obviously Rick Carlisle settled that all on his own today with him resigning as the coach, not returning next year, so he's voiding the last 2 years of his contract. Well, the last couple of days we've been hearing about, well, is Luka going to resign? Is there issues? Is it going to be him or Carlisle, both, or what? So now Mark Cuban doesn't have to make a decision. Or did he make a decision and let Carlisle go out, gracefully?
Definitely. Him and Don Nelson. So you got the GM and, if this organization is not about Luka right now, they like, GM, hey, Donnie, kick rocks. Carlisle, it's been real. Thanks for the championship. Luka, what do you want? Just stay. Please sign this. He's got a max deal time, right? Isn't it max deal time?
Yeah, this max deal time. This 200. This 200. He gonna have more. He gonna be like Giannis and have more money than the country he from.
That's crazy.
But yeah, Cuban's always been about keeping. When he gets a superstar, he tries everything he can to keep it. If that means tearing up the whole organization to make sure it's a situation where his superstar feels comfortable playing, that's what he's going to do. And you can't knock that, especially being here in Indiana, where that is definitely not the case.
I mean, what I read, though, is that Luka loves Donnie Nelson. So, that might have been some hate coming from somewhere else. They said some other guy was be meddling in what they doing. Y'all know how that politics stuff go.
Yeah.
The dudes on the floor got the less say so than the dudes up there in the front office that don't know a damn thing about basketball. They just in control.
Yeah.
And I think Rick just said, I ain't coming back on some loyalty stuff. Like, man, you gonna fire my dude? All right, I'm cool too.
I don't know, but I think it was time for Don. I mean, yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, I think you ran your course. In his situation, I think he might have ran his course. He's Cuban wants some new blood in here. It's a new tactic.
Bro, but look, how you gonna say new blood when you got new Luka? Luka's. I mean, I know you might be talking about on the GM side, but look, he just brought Luka and he brought Dirk. The two best things that ever happened to their franchise. Come on, man. You gotta let him write his own check and be like, oh, I'm done.
I mean, yeah, you can, but you got to look at it too. I mean, look at some of these CEO companies out here. Ford, for example. At some point in time, you got to step away, and it's the next guy's turn. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you might have done all this great stuff, but it's the next guy's turn. I'm just looking at it from there. I'm not saying I ain't got nothing against Don. He's cool with me.
It's the next guy's turn. Yeah, it's always going to be the next guy's turn. And everybody always looking for that next hot guy. But at the same time,
you want to make sure you stay relevant.
Yeah, but at the same time, man, y'all could have had him bring somebody up and teach them. You know what I'm saying? And then he go out. I bet they not going. I bet whoever else come in ain't gonna draft like Donnie did, because a lot of these guys that next person that they bring in, if it ain't somebody that done been around basketball, they bringing in somebody that don't know nothing about basketball, and it's just they buddy or the way they system is
or
set.
analytics.
There you go. There you go. There you
go. Okay, see.
Hey, real talk before. Hey, hold on. Before we move on, we already know that Luca and my man Trey DeBarge will always be compared. So, what are we thinking about that? Like, I did not think I would see Trey Young get this good this quick. I felt like he definitely had a chance to be, but hey, he is. He's definitely making his bid to be a superstar in this league.
Man, you know why?
Why?
Nate McMillan.
Nate McMillan.
Player, coach, man. He's teaching that young man how to be mature. He done sat him down like, hey, dude, you can get 30, 40 shots if you want to, but if you get about 20 and get your guys involved, you shoot a higher percentage.
But he always was a playmaker. That was always a part of his game.
Yeah.
I
thought. Go ahead.
Beginning of the season when they was stinky until when when he came, I was watching him at the beginning of the season. Man, he had what's his name? Mad. He had what's his name? John
Collins.
He had Collins pissed off at the beginning of the season because he was just jacking up shots. He did not know how to win at the beginning of the season. But when Nate McMillan came, everything turned around because the great coaches, man, pull the best players to the side and like, hey man, this your team, but we ain't gonna win if you just getting yours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, I agree with Perkins on this. You know what I mean? Like Trey Young had this great game or these great couple playoffs. He's having a great playoff series. You know what I mean? Why are we not giving him that statue conversation like they doing Luka? If Luka was up 3-2 on the number 1 seed in the West, oh my God, they would be calling him the greatest thing that ever happened to European basketball, which they already are. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Just why can't Trey? Trey's okay. I thought he was going to be a good player. I didn't think he'd be this kind of player.
Right.
But well, can we give him his pump too? Can ESPN get all on him?
Well, that's why the people come here, because we will give it to you straight up. So how about that?
straight up. I love it. All right, let's move it on. This is something we knew. It didn't surprise me. I was kind of surprised about the hire at first, but New Orleans let go Stan Van Gundy.
Huh? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yesterday.
But he's not a good coach anyway, man.
He is. I feel like Stan was good for a young team, not like an old established. Because he's one of those coaches just as well. We were talking about that wears out real quick, like Thibodeau. Yeah. Like he comes in and he works well real quick, and then it fades because his style is not made for a long. It's for that shakeup. It's definitely for your younger players. But once after a while, it's like, dang man. Get this dude out of here.
It didn't work at all for them because that whole team is young.
Right, but he only had 1 year, right?
Yeah.
He just had 1 year.
That was it. 1 year. Like, why did you even hire him if he didn't fit?
Like you can't establish nothing in a year.
Like if you felt that he didn't fit, then you had to feel that he wouldn't fit when you hired him.
But that go back to what we were just talking about in Dallas, man. Them dudes, them analytics, them dudes up there that just know how to make the numbers make sense, man. Don't know nothing about basketball. Y'all putting the fate of y'all team in their hands. Oh, man, he didn't do this. He don't know how to do it. Hey, you should fire him. Or we're going to fire him. And they fire him. Don't even give him a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They come next year and coach until maybe January. If he ain't done nothing by January, then get rid of him.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that Van Gundy. I think the other Van Gundy should be back in the coaching, not that one.
I don't know, man. I like him too much as an analyst.
I do.
He is hilarious, man.
Entertaining.
Is funny,
extremely entertaining. That's where I get a lot of my crazy stuff. Like, make it a flagrant one. Who cares? Scott Brooks out of Washington.
I mean, Scott Brooks, he was like one of those underrated. I don't know if it would be underrated, but definitely not talked about a lot. Even when he was with OKC, I feel like boys was not really talking about Scott Brooks in a manner of anything, like average guy. So to be honest, I don't know if I have thoughts on average coach on an average team, even with Westbrook. Average.
Average. Let's see here. That's enough of that. Okay, let's get into what I know. I've been delaying it too. I'll just get into what Storm wants to talk about real quick.
This is what the people want to hear about.
What the Storm want to talk about. And we lost Keish. He'll be back. So when he comes back, we'll pull that off. So let's go to a quick commercial. We talk about these series. He's back. All right, he's back. All right, so let's get into it. CP3 goes into health and safety protocols. But before I give the floor to Storm, let's give you some of our Doc Sports prop bets from docsports.ag. And if you do go to that website, you also can get some cool gifts and discounts if you use the BW Sports 1 promo code with Doc Sports. So our good friend Rafael Esparza, who's an odds maker out in Vegas, has sent us these Chris Paul COVID prop bets. Chris Paul plays game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Yes, +2, no, -3. Chris Paul plays during the Western Conference Finals at all. Yes, 250, no, +170. And what game will Chris Paul return to the Western Conference Finals? Game 1 +2, game 2 +225, game 3 +175, game 4 +250, games 5, 6, and 7 +275. So they're having fun on this prop bets, but this is crazy. Can you guys please talk about the We'll get there in just a second. But Keish, it's all well documented. Storm's not a fan of CP3, and so I'm gonna let him talk.
And
go ahead, Storm. Say your thing.
Listen, I feel like it is definitely. I don't wish ill on the guy. Like I don't wish ill on no one. But karma is something else. I feel like karma has something to do with this. It just so happens that every time this man gets to a position to where he could possibly contend for a championship, something happens. So maybe he needs to look at how he's played the game throughout his career and how all that could, be coming back on him. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. We know I'm not a big fan.
Hey, that's the nicest thing he's said so far. That's the nicest thing he's said so far.
That's because he's in the protocol, man. Storm got a heart. Storm got a heart.
What you got, Keith?
Man, I kind of see where you're saying that about the karma, because I like CP3 as a player, man, but he's a dirty little dude, man. Oh man, he's a dirty little dude, man, and he does it, and he don't care, man. He even does it to his boy LeBron. Like, I'm just like, dang, dude. But I feel what you're saying. Maybe it's a little karma because, dude, you always doing something dirty, and he don't have to.
And maybe that's why I'm so upset, because he really doesn't have to.
See, that's a different angle I haven't heard yet. Nobody's put it to me like that. You know what I mean? I keep looking at, all I'm looking at is the numbers. This might be the most person NBA player that I've been analytical with. I'm just looking at his effect. I'm trying to stay away from all the Joe Ingles style basketball that he plays. You know what I'm saying? And look at his effect on teams. But, maybe there's a reason why you lose it. You keep getting hurt in Clippers and Houston and now here in Phoenix. Hey, maybe there's something there.
You know what I think? When he keep getting hurt, man, I don't think he built for a whole season, man. He should be doing that LeBron stuff, man. Take 20 here, take about 6 or 7 there. I mean, because
hey, but how about the fact that LeBron spends like $1 million on his body a year?
Yeah, he said that. And he's still hurt. He's
but
Father Time.
He doesn't get hurt, but he doesn't get hurt a lot.
Coming. Father Time is coming, bro. It hit us all. It touches us all. You can spend however much you want, but at some point in time, it's gonna touch you.
So, what about our Tom Brady brother in there?
It's gonna touch him too. It just ain't
made a deal. He just made a deal with somebody.
I believe it. You had a hell of a deal. Hell of a deal.
TV 12. I don't know what's in that stuff.
Hell of a deal. You got Gisele Bundchen, and you got 7 rings, and you can play like you played better than you did. Hell yeah, he made a deal with the devil.
Boy, he's a bad man, boy.
Okay, let's all right. We're gonna pay a bill, and then we're gonna come back and talk about these games, and then for our main subject of conversation, we're gonna talk about these all NBA teams and all defensive teams and these damn snubs. Woo!
Hey man, we got you see Ivan's request. We gonna touch on that.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that soon as we come back from listening to Dan tell us about Shawn.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy Dan over at BWSports1.com and Black and White Sports. And I'm wondering if you're ready to buy or sell that home, now's the time, and I got just the person for you. Mr. Shawn Nugent, a.k.a. Rockstar Realtor himself. 317-503-8322. Put that home on the market. Get into your dream home with this man. Talk to Shawn at Talk to Tucker today, 317-503-8322. And make sure you tell him the boys over at BWSports1.com sent you.
All right. Sixers and Hawks. 26-point lead.
Hey, man.
26-point lead
Hawks
going into the fourth.
Man, I got a couple things on that. The first is if they don't have a backup plan other than dump it down to the post, that's going to be a problem. And the second thing is how much longer do you hold on to Ben Simmons until he's not maybe worth as much as he can be? Because unfortunately, I feel like it's mental with him. It's nothing physical at this point. It's all mental with Simmons.
Man, they try to make him LeBron 2.0, man. He's not a real point guard, man. They need a real point guard and a real shooter. I mean, not to say Seth is not a real shooter, but they need another one. At least another one coming off the bench. And oh boy, that come off, he's nice, but you just need a few.
Who's Shake Milton?
Yeah, love him, man. Love him. You just need maybe a 3 or a 4 that could shoot. You know what I mean? That could spread the floor, man. Because Ben Simmons, man, I love the kid, man, but he's just not a point guard. You need a traditional point guard. Play his tall ass at the 3 or the 4, man. At the 4.
So
man.
you keep him?
I'll keep him and play him at the 4.
Can they win? Can they win with him?
Not this year.
With his salary. With his salary was what I'm talking about. Like, he's getting paid a lot. And what is he getting paid for necessarily? Because right now they instituting the hacker Simmons because he can't shoot free throws and he's not shooting jump shots. But he's getting close to triple doubles every night. He's getting double figure points. He's putting up double figure assists and he's getting double figure rebounds. If you play him as a 4 and not just as a point guard, I think it'll be better. I think Doc has figured out how to play both of them at the same time being post dominant. And I don't see why nobody else has figured out either. Play the high post. Yep. Play the high-low game. You know, as well as he passes, you can play him as a Scottie Pippen role. You know what I'm saying? He sees the floor extremely well, and he does the intangibles. I mean, so he doesn't shoot free throws. Shaq didn't shoot free throws either. Shaq was dominant. He is not.
I mean, and Ben dominant, and Ben puts up numbers. Defense, second runner-up for defensive player of the year.
I would we need to look up his playoff numbers because I feel like y'all talking more regular season than you are playoffs. And I thought we were talking playoffs because playoff is when you build your brand. Playoff is when you build your legacy. And I feel like in the playoff, he shrinks. He's 6'9", but turns into like 6 foot in the playoffs.
You're right, man. He ain't shit in the playoffs.
So what are we talking about? Why have him on your team just for regular season?
Well,
Like, come on, man. You need to let him go. Let's pick up a dog. Let's pick up someone who's going to show up when it matters, which is the playoffs.
I'm with you. Get rid of him next year, but this year, man, they hit. You know what I'm saying? Because they did.
Well, he needs to step up is basically what I'm saying. If he don't step up, it's a wrap.
Oh, it is a wrap. He ain't stepping up. He just going to be him, and he ain't enough.
Yeah, I mean, can we put some of this onus on some of these other players on the team? I mean, he wasn't the only person. He wasn't the only person. He wasn't the only person on the Tobias Harris sure as hell is. And he wasn't the only person on that team that lost a 26-point lead going into the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? Joel Embiid, you're a part of that. Tobias Harris, you're a part of that. I can't say
he's
that.
Hurt. And he gave
but he wasn't hurt. His injury wasn't a part when he had 30 points and 16 rebounds when he sat down. His injury wasn't the problem then. Oh, his injury's a problem now when he had to come back in and save the game.
What it always is, since the injury, he starts out good, gets tired, and then he sucks. That has been the ebb and flow of this whole thing. Ever since
and that's where Tobias Harris comes in for your ridiculous $166 million contract. You're not putting it up. Can't blame Danny Green because you're not playing right now. But if you were playing, you're broke ass. You need to start making some jump shots. You know what I'm saying? Where's everybody else that's supposed to be brought in to help these guys? You know what I'm saying? You can't depend on Dwight Howard to put on no offensive production in the paint.
No, all busy trying to laugh.
Everybody on that team is Jordanaires, man. You know what I'm saying? And they need a leader. You know what I'm saying? They need somebody that's going to lead them in the playoffs to them victories. And Joel Embiid, he ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel he can be it. He just got to be healthy.
Man,
and that's kind of been his stigma, too. I feel like he gets hurt at least once to 2-3 times a year.
Did y'all watch the game that they won when the Atlanta won when Philly came all the way back? One of the two. Something like that. But Joel Embiid, he was shrinking in that game. And we ain't even going to say Ben Simmons' name because he was non-existent. But they need a dog to come there. They need a point guard dog or a 3-man dog. You know what I'm saying? And really get rid of Ben. If y'all not going to play Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid like how LeBron and AD played, like LeBron will have his time in the second quarter or something where it's all him. And then AD will have his time or something in the third quarter where it's all him. I'm talking about not them in the game at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If they don't play Embiid and Ben Simmons like that, then it ain't no future for them. I mean, because they can't play together on the court at the same time. They make the game too hard. That's like playing with some scrubs. Y'all know y'all can play with some scrubs that make the game too damn hard, and y'all know y'all can beat some dudes by 30, and y'all only end up winning by 8.
Yes.
So
that's more frustrating than dudes jacking dimes. You drop them a dime and they jack it.
That's what it's like with them two dudes on the court at the same time, man. It's just the game is too hard, and you don't have and Ben can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's just they make the game a harder game. So
who's going to be the bigger disappointment, Joel Embiid or Giannis?
Giannis. Giannis.
Hey man, because I don't know.
Giannis back-to-back MVP. So Joel Embiid has not even gotten the MVP. Giannis is back-to-back MVP.
Giannis can't guard KD, and he don't want to guard KD, and he don't even try to guard KD.
That's horrible, man. If you're a superstar, you don't even try to guard him, man.
How about you're a defensive player of the
year? Twice.
That shows.
Oh my God.
You know voting.
Hey, listen. Hey, man. I don't know. I played against a lot of cats. Like I think I'm a decent player. I think I was a decent player. I think I was above average player. And I played against some guys who I felt that probably were better than me. But I would never say that shit. And I never would say that shit in the press conference. Talk about, oh, yeah, he's just the best in the world. Man, you got me fucked up, bro. I had the Gary Payton idea. I'm coming at you.
Right.
And he on press conference, well, yeah, he's the best in the world. You already beat because you giving him that power over you. You're already beaten. I'm so disappointed in you, Giannis. Not that I was all about Giannis anyway, because when you set that wall up, he's done.
Ben Simmons' brother.
Yeah, they come from the same cloth mentally.
Man. The Euro try to speed dribble to the basket and run through people.
I mean, this is an offensive play for.
Might be a little better. Giannis jumper is like
now
better. Yeah,
now.
Giannis
at least he'll shoot it. That's it. Giannis will at least attempt to shoot it now.
Right. You ain't
but
gonna just keep leaving me wide
hey,
open.
I'm gonna give you a Giannis offensive possession. Are you gonna come off the stagger screen? I don't know why, because you run those for shooters. So you come off the stagger screen so you can get the ball going downhill. And I am not a Blake Griffin fan and never have been, but Blake Griffin is playing the best defense on Giannis right now. It's because he's got a big body. He's just getting in his way. Okay. This is it. He dribbles real fast, run into him, can't go nowhere, back out. Dribble real fast, run into him again until they call a foul. That's an offensive possession for Giannis.
Hey, I also question Giannis' basketball IQ a little bit.
Man.
I know he's fairly new to the game, but when Harden, with his injury, his hammy, right? His hammy, guarded him and he did a turnaround fadeaway. I don't know. That kind of sums up a lot of things.
Overrated is what comes up to me.
Yeah. And I don't know why they selected him as someone they want to push for the future. Like, what is it that Giannis has that they feel like they need to promote him? The NBA, I'm speaking.
Yeah.
And pushing him.
Weak, and he could put numbers up in the East. The East is weak. He could put them numbers up in the East.
All right. Well, KD is going to take care of that tonight because somebody asked me today, do you think KD could put up another 49-50 and get Milwaukee? Yes. Before they even get I do.
Effortlessly as well.
Yes.
Effortlessly.
And
it just showed you that PJ Tucker can't guard him. All that shit. Right. You know what? All right, it's time to put you in your place, little fella.
It's time for the Reaper. It's time for the Slim Reaper.
Oh, man. You should have heard everybody that game that what's the name won. They talking about PJ Tucker, the media, everybody, all our friends, anybody was talking about how KD, you know what I'm saying, can't lead a team and all that crap. Man, okay. That's the shit I don't like, man. When a great player has an off shooting game, off night or whatever, you try to credit a scrub that he played good defense, man. Get the hell out of here, man. He just missed.
I tell you what I don't like is all these other players, like we talk about your Jordans, your Magics, your Birds. They all had squads. Like, it wasn't like they was really just them. Like, they had Hall of Famers on their squad. So why what's wrong with KD having Steph and a couple of Hall of Famers on his squad?
Man,
I think the big deal with that is how they acquire, regardless, because we came up in the era where teams were built in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Because free agent was relatively fresh and new, so teams weren't really doing that. Teams were built in the draft. All these guys were drafted. But now it's like the free agent market, so it almost seems like, well, we feel like, okay, you felt that you couldn't do it on your own, or you're not talented enough to do it on your own. But we're forgetting that these superstars didn't do it on their own. It was just a different way that the teams were put together.
Man, it was different beasts back then, man. Everybody was dogs. You only get maybe a couple of dogs. You know what I'm saying? That's why they had to go team up with each other, because the whole league be full of Jordanaires, man. Like, it ain't no rosters like, you know what I'm saying, like the Celtics and the Lakers and shit like that in Detroit. It ain't no rosters full of that shit. I mean, you know, people are trying to make those rosters, but like, okay, I'll tell you.
I feel like the player, what it is instead of the GMs making those moves, it's the players making those moves.
Yeah. Like, I tell you another one. Miami, man, had a nice whip this year, but the pandemic, all that stuff, that really hurt them too, because them dudes, man, they look, every game they played in, they look tired.
I felt that Miami was a product of the pandemic. I don't think they'd have been in the finals if they weren't in the pandemic bubble. That's just how I feel on that particular situation.
That's tough. That's tough.
I know it's tough, but I just feel just look out. I mean, an example, Storm likes to use that example when it comes with Phoenix. Being in the bubble, like, when he's I don't want to say discrediting Chris Paul, but when he's not trying to he's trying to give the credit to other Phoenix players, he's using that example as in the bubble is like, well, they went 6-0, blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking at it the same way with Miami. If it wasn't for the bubble, they probably wouldn't have been there.
That's cool. And I do use that because I felt like Phoenix started coming together in the bubble. Without that, I felt like we'll find out a lot. Not wishing no ill on my guy, but I would love to see Phoenix play without him just to see what that looks like.
Without
Chris Paul. Because I felt like the potential of Phoenix being where they are right now, I feel like they could have got there without him based on how they ended the year last year, because I felt like they figured something out in that bubble, which brought them together, which would have translated this year without Chris Paul. I'm just not giving him as much credit as everyone else on the way Phoenix
He's
is playing.
a floor general, bro. He's a floor general, man. He make it happen, man. And he's a.
But I feel like they could have got there without him. Is all I'm saying.
I'm gonna tell you, they couldn't, and they wouldn't have beat LeBron then without him because he's a floor general and he got knowledge, man. He's in the locker room telling them dudes, "Hey, man, he's in the locker room. He's in practice in their ear, like the same shit he do talking shit in the game. He's doing that shit in practice. You know what I'm saying? In the locker room, and at the team dinner. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a dude like that around.
Keish, I gotta ask you a question. Is he so important that they still make it without Booker? Because I feel like Booker is way more important than Chris Paul.
Booker's way more important, but Booker wouldn't be all. Hold on, Booker is all Booker. I'm gonna give you that. But basketball is what 90% mental and 10% physical. So CP3 gave some of Booker to Booker.
He gave him that mental aspect. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey, but I got conversation about Booker, and I'm going to wait for that. He'll be in about 3 minutes. We got conversation for Booker. But real quick, Clippers Jazz tonight. Clippers Jazz tonight, first game. I know Paul has been getting dragged. I've been a part of it. Dragging playoff P through the mud, but the last 3 games, 30 points, double figure rebounds, 2 wins in a row. He led them with Kawhi Leonard last night with 37 and 16 rebounds, 5 dimes. Is it time, or are we starting? I don't want to say is it time. Is it time? Are we starting to see the glimpses of the playoff P that we saw here in Indiana before he got hurt?
Yeah,
I say no. I say you about to see the same playoff P. I feel like the pressure of this game gets to him a little more than others, and that's all right. Like some people handle pressure differently. Yeah. I feel like if he does do well, he will turn a corner. But I need to see way more than one game to be able to give him that, okay, you playoff P. He's still pandemic P to me. He needs to be more consistent. You can't have just 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 7 game. Like, you got to show me multiple times.
I mean, I agree, but he has put up 30 in 3 games this series. 3 games they won, he's put up 30.
Yes, but the 1 game without Kawhi, those are
he put up 30. The one he put up without Kawhi, 37 and 16.
Right.
And a win.
Once. So we'll see tonight.
But that was the whole thing. We wanted to know, what can he do without Kawhi? 37 and 16.
For 1 game.
But they gonna win. They gonna win because Donovan Mitchell, now he trying to throw the excuse out about his ankle. So that's gonna be the reason why they lose. Now
it's crazy that I heard someone say that Mitchell put up a subpar game with 21 points. Like, his shooting percentage was bad, but still, you hear 21 points. Oh man, he sucked.
Hey, there's 1,000 NBA players that never put up 20 points in their career,
let alone in a playoff game.
Hey,
right.
people, man, want that old instant gratification, man. They seen what he did to them the first 2 games. They want to see him do that every game. Man, boys are gonna have off games, man. Like people
Definitely.
Whenever anybody, I don't care which superstar it's been this year, man. Whenever any of them had a off game, whoever don't like them, boy, they drug them through the mud.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Shaq, I'm gonna see you Saturday at the football game. How is it gonna be Jazz in 5 when they down 3-2 and this is game 5? Come on, man.
Actually, it's 3-2, isn't it?
Yeah,
we already at 5 games.
Yeah, we already had 5 games. Come on, man. I'm gonna talk about you Saturday with the football game.
It's about to be over for the Jazz, and I like the Jazz. They got a nice squad.
I think Mike Connolly is the key of what they're missing.
Healthy Mike.
Help Mike with him not being there. I think that's a huge hit for them. Kind of like Murray being out for Denver.
Mike Conley is to Donovan Mitchell what CP3 is to Booker. That veteran that's in his ear.
Because Donovan did pick up a lot when Conley jumped over there. It did jump up. So yeah, I'm good with that. All right, so let's see here. Our last commercial, and then we're going to talk about these these all NBA snubs and these first teams, and then we're going to let you guys out here and watch these games. So, and now we're going to hear from Elite Performance. No, wife. The next Bucks game is tonight at 8:30.
Man, I'm sorry, fellas. I got a sidekick for the last end of the show, man.
It happens.
Why don't you go ahead and make the introductions?
Going PG.
Tell them who you are. What's your name?
Jaquil Ford.
That's my grandson, man.
What's
grandson.
going on? Right.
Yeah. Hey, look. The beard ain't got gray for a reason.
Yeah, buddy. I'm off I ain't even got that far yet. No.
Right.
Hey, take your time, brother.
Oh, I am. No, I need them to take their time.
Right. Exactly.
All right. So let's get into From the Elbow, brought to you by Rogue Energy Drink Mix. When you order, make sure you use the BW Sports 1 promo code and get 10% off your next purchase. All right, so all NBA first team.
Hey, I got a question. Before we get into this, here's my question. Since there's so much tied to this, as far as being supermax contracts and things of that nature, a lot of things are tied to being put on one of these teams. Should it be positionless? Like right now, you have to have a center, 2 forwards, a guard, point guard, or 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center. Should they just put the best players since it is tied to their money?
I feel it is positionless because the players are positionless.
No, because I feel like there should be Jokovic, and I feel like there's 2 centers that I feel like should be on the first team. But because they only allow 1 center, then you can only put 1. And if you go by the votes, like if you go strictly off votes, everybody didn't make the first team like they should have because they play the same position. If you just go off the votes.
Yeah, I kind of feel that it's already positionless, you know what I mean? Because the players are positionless. You know what I mean? Giannis, they got him at what, the 3 or the 4? You know what I'm saying? They got, I mean, Steph probably is the only person on there that is at his position. You know what I mean? Luka is a point guard, but they got him at what? On here, he'd be what, the 3 or the 2? Where's Kawhi? The 3 or the 2? You know what I'm saying? Who's what? I mean, Giannis plays the 3, but they probably got him here as the 4 or as Nicolo the 4. I mean, who the hell knows?
No, there's one center, 2 forwards, and 2 guards. Always.
They
So
might
when
say
I say
that.
positionless, I'm saying, have you ever seen one where there were 2 centers? Are you saying there's never been an instance where 2 centers was part of the best 5 in the NBA?
Nope, I ain't seen that.
Mm-mm.
That's what I'm saying.
I just think they never gonna put the best players in this conversation. They never gonna do it. They gonna always go by position.
Well, then they shouldn't tie those supermaxes to this award.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
All right, so
Because
basically,
it's hurting people. There's people who got enough votes to get there, but weren't selected because their position was already filled and they missed out on that money.
all right, so basically what you're saying is that the teams control who gets first team and all this type of stuff because the league has no their contract is set up for your supermax with your team. The league shouldn't have anything to do with the voting on if your supermax has to do with it or not. I'm just asking a question.
The media makes the vote, so the media puts the votes in. Right.
Also, the team is paying the media then.
No, the team is just saying if you reach this plateau, you qualify for a supermax because you're on the first team, second team, third team.
That's why I'm saying. So, who is in control here? Is it the media or is it the NBA?
The media makes the votes, but the teams and or the NBA should not make that a part of being in the supermax. Is all I'm saying.
Right.
With the way it's currently constructed, that should not be a part of being supermax.
So what I'm saying is that means that these first team, second team, third teams are all staged. Then is what I'm saying because the media,
it's not true. It's not the true best 5. It's the true best 5 at those positions.
Okay, so like I'm saying is these first and second teams are staged in. So if the team sets up your contract for if you get a super max to being on one of these teams and the media votes you on one of these teams, so who's in control here? Is it the media or is it the team with your contract?
I wouldn't say the media is in control because, like I said, there are players who had the votes to be on the first team that weren't on the first team. So the media is saying, yes, these are one of the best 5 in the league, but since we already got 1 center, God forbid we have 2. So,
but you see what I'm saying, Keish, about this? You see where I'm going with this? Like if your contract determines you being on one of these teams, then why even vote if the team controls it? Because that's what it sounds like. If your supermax contract is determined if you make first team, so who are you shucking out dollars to make sure you make that first team to get your contract?
It's really, man. I wouldn't do it, man. If I was the players, I'd try to rally around and get that shit out of there because you should be getting a supermax off of what you do. You know what I'm saying? Off of your season, off of you improving year after year after year. Not what the media or what anybody else say is what your performance.
Because I'm like, who determines if Booker or Steph gets the supermax if they played? Well, let's see who would be on here for Devin Booker's position. I guess that would be either Kawhi or Luka at the 2. So
the team,
the
team's got a little influence on them reporters. You know, they got their favorite reporters, and then they favorite reporters are cool with other reporters, man. All right. So like I'm saying, who's chucking out these dollars for these awards? The team.
You see what I'm saying? Now you get what I'm saying now.
Yeah. The teams. That's some bull crap too.
So, but anyway, let's see. First team: Giannis, Steph Curry, Luka, Jokic, and Kawhi Leonard. Second team: Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Damian Lillard. Here's where Storm's going to go ape shit. Chris Paul, second team, Julius Randle. I'm not even going to go to the third team. Third team's irrelevant. Here's the people that got snubbed for all NBA. Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, Jason Tatum. You can put Zion in there, maybe Zach LaVine with the year he had, but both of those teams didn't make the playoffs, so I kind of want to take them out. Jason Tatum, James Harden, Chris Middleton, Trae Young. None of these guys, those teams, especially Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell.
Man, they trying to, do that, protect the old guard, or, the old superstars and stuff, put them in there, man, because you said all them young boys had great seasons this year, man. Ain't no damn way they shouldn't have been all NBA. But make the list longer or something, man. Because,
or five in the sub.
Yeah, take some of them older dudes and put them down. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, he can go down to third team or something. He had a third team type year.
I mean, how you make second team and you miss half the year? You know what I mean? Kawhi Leonard, I didn't even know you played most of the year. And you make first team over Donovan Mitchell or Devin Booker? Steph, okay, I can't argue Steph. I can argue Giannis a little bit. I can't argue Steph.
Nah. But you know what it is, man? The media, you know what I'm saying? They influence, man, everything from sports to whatever, man. Because back in the day in the NBA, man, your performance put you on all NBA and all. We wasn't even debating. Everybody was like, dang, yeah, that's tough. Yeah, everything lined up. But now it's horrible, man, because they feel like they got to keep putting dudes like LeBron and, all the top players up there, man. Like, if them dudes ain't have all NBA seasons, why?
I mean, really? Jimmy Butler, third team?
Man, come on, man. Ain't do nothing all year long, man. He didn't do nothing all year long. He stunk all year long, and he's on
third team.
Name, just off his name.
Just off it. You know what I mean? All defensive. I don't think I have a problem with that. Giannis, Rudy, Draymond, Drew Holiday, Ben Simmons. I don't think I have a problem with that first team.
Hey, them boys on one team will lock something up, boy.
It would be no scoring.
Damn, that's messed up, man. If they get 2 points, it'd be 2-0.
Yeah, it's because Draymond fouled somebody. A technical foul or some shit. What you got on the defensive people, Storm?
Nah, I don't really have a problem other than just the homer. Would have loved to see
I was gonna get to that.
Miles in there. But other than that, yeah. Miles.
How do you leave the league's shot blocker even missing all the rest of the games, still led the league per game in shot and block shots per game? How do you leave him off of either one of those teams?
Who was that?
Miles Turner.
Miles Turner.
Man, look, man. Hey, man. No.
4 blocks a game, bro.
4 blocks a game.
4 blocks a game, bro. I'm not talking about him being an offensive production or anything like that. Defense.
He can play some D.
4 blocks a game, and you're not on. Okay. Yeah, neither team. Okay, I get it. You can't be defensive player of the year. I get it because you missed, 26 games? I get it. But you left off of all the defensive teams, 4 blocks a game. Even sitting out 26 games, 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, he deserved a little shine. Yeah, he blocked. Yeah, 4 blocks.
And I feel like that hurts once again with all this stuff being tied into contracts. I feel like now he can't make as much money as he would have if he would have made that list. So that still ties into how much the money is tied into those selections.
Hey, the Pacers would have gave Austin Crozier still that money, so they could give him that money.
Hey, Austin Crozier's still working that money. I thought I saw him taking tickets in the parking lot one day. He's still working off that contract, boy. They gonna make sure they get their money's worth out of him.
That is ridiculous.
Oh.
Yeah. Anybody got anything else before we put out the closing arguments?
Nah, the game's about to start, so I'm good.
I think Brooklyn Gary gonna get him up out of here.
Yeah, I think KD is going to put up 48, 12, and 6.
Yeah, I better get on FanDuel. Oh, it's too late. But yeah, KD gonna do him in.
I can't get on FanDuel. We got Doc Sports.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to get on there.
We got the website, all that stuff hooked up. DocSports.ag.
Oh, send that. Okay. Yeah, I'm on that.
Yeah, we got the promo code and everything. I've been flashing across the sea.
Not bad, brother.
$60 off and the free $60 sports bet up to $1,000 sports match.
Oh, it's on. Yeah, it's on. I'm in there.
See how quick that was? Hey, what I got, let's see, other shows. Real quick, knock out our other shows. We do a whole bunch of other things, folks. We got the racing show on Sundays with Tommy Boy. We have the fight, the Combat Zone on Fridays. Well, anytime with Dan. He does interviews all during the week. So we got the Combat Zone for you MMA people. We have our football show on Wednesdays at noon with Dan and myself, the Dukes of Football. Our beautiful mental inspirationist, Monica P, has her show at noon at 12 on Tuesdays as well. And here coming up in the next couple of weeks, Rafael Esparza will be back with Dan with a new version of Bet Your Ass. Let's see. Storm, I got for the one good thing. Quote from Larry Bird. If I wanted to win, I'd play with Kobe. If I wanted to have fun, I play with LeBron.
Wow.
If you want both, I play with Magic. All right. For the Eye of the Storm, just want to shout out to all the fathers with Father's Day coming up. I want to wish you and Keish happy Father's Day for the fathers that actually show up for their babies. It's never too late for the ones that don't. I don't want you to feel like you guys are a lost cause. It's never too late to join into your kid's life. So I don't want you guys to feel like it's over with. For the ones that's always been down for their kids, happy Father's Day and have a good one this weekend.
All right, man. And I just want to say thank you, man. I appreciate y'all for having me on, man. And, you know, like I said, I'm still building over here at Irvington, man. If you know any kids, man, that want an opportunity, come to Death Row.
Not gonna be all up dancing in the video.
You know what I mean? You'll want your coach telling you to pass the ball 80 minutes. Come to Death Row.
Oh,
hey, man, that's a classic. If we ever have a clips, Dave, we gotta start having clips.
I got
that
to.
made the clips.
Well, I got all the videos, so I can. Yeah, we do. Somehow I'm gonna put that together. I have to work with my design team, Dan and Tommy. So that's it. Like, if you got any business opportunities that you want to reach out, that you like Black and White Sports, and think we can help you out, marketing, design, putting highlight teams together, packages, stuff like that, get us up. info.bwsports1@gmail.com, or you get us on the website www.bwsports1.com. For Storm, BW Sports One, Coach Keish, myself, we are out of here, folks. Man, where's the button, man? But